This is the Royal Berkshire Shooting School, which is situated in the vicinity of the village of Basildon. The grounds which make up the shooting school were formerly owned by farmer and wheelwright Thomas Nobes, a Quaker who lived here in the 15th century. During his lifetime, Nobes was a frequent sight, riding his white horse around the lanes of Basildon. It is thought that, as he was a Quaker, Thomas didn't want to be buried on consecrated ground upon his death. So, he built himself a tomb on his farm, and was subsequently walled up in it when he passed on in 1692. His wife was also buried here several years later. The tomb was originally lead-lined, which is supposedly because Thomas was fearful of his remains being molested after his death. And perhaps his phobia was rational, because the tomb was broken into by thieves and the lead was stripped from the roof. Nobes' tomb still stands to this day. It is a Grade 2 listed mausoleum which is visible as you drive into the grounds of the Royal Berkshire, and to the untrained eye, it's little more than a pile of overgrown rubble. However, since the tomb was broken into, locals have reported seeing the apparition of Thomas Nobes, still riding along the lanes which surround the shooting school. There is even an account of a villager who said his ghost spoke to her on a number of occasions as he rode his horse. Perhaps he's still searching for the thieves who vandalized his tomb. Or perhaps it's just a local fable, passed down from generation to generation among the locals of Basildon. So I'm here with Tash.
Hi.
And we're in Basildon in Berkshire, and we're heading towards the reputedly haunted Nobes tomb. How are you feeling about that?
I'm not too freaked out because it's very sunny and very warm.
Yeah, it is actually, it's mid-September and it's probably hotter than it's been most of the summer, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're about 5 or 6 minutes away from the tomb of wheelwright and farmer Thomas Nobes, who in the 15th century reportedly rode his white horse around Berkshire, this part of Basildon.
Oh.
A wheelwright, if you didn't know, is someone who repairs like an old wooden cartwheel, so a bit of an extinct trade these days.
Okay.
Now his farm is now the location of the Berkshire Shooting School, which we're going to try and go in.
We're going to try, but it might be busy at the moment, but we could just try.
Yeah, it might be busy. They might not want random people coming in with a camera, like myself. You'll be fine, but they might be a bit annoyed at me. But, okay, so we're getting very close to the location now.
Mm-hmm. Back on track.
Yeah, and I'm hoping someone in there, maybe in like the shop that's apparently there or something, will know something about the tomb. But at the very least, it would be nice just to film the tomb itself.
Or the worst that will happen is they'll just say, sorry, can you leave?
Yeah, sorry, can you leave?
And we'll be like, okay. I think it might be over here.
Good. So as we approach, I think we're coming in now to the shooting school. Lovely navigation by Tash. Yeah, I think this is it, but
I hope that oh gosh. Okay.
okay, we're going in. One last thing I will mention is that the reason he built this tomb as opposed to being buried in the churchyard is because he was a Quaker. And I assume in those days, to be anything apart from a straight run-of-the-mill Christian was probably heresy. So I think that's why he built the tomb on this unconsecrated ground. Now that is actually it there.
What, the tomb?
Yeah, that's the tomb dead ahead. Look, see that little stone thing at the side?
That's it?
Yeah, that's the tomb. So as I said, it's actually built on the shooting school is built right next to. Oh my god, there's quite a lot of people here, isn't there?
It's very busy.
It is indeed.
Okay. Where do I park?
That is the tomb there. So this reportedly is the haunted tomb. Not much of it left. There's apparently a date on it. It says 1692, but I can't see it anywhere. I'm gonna look for it.
So was there a roof on this then?
Yeah, there's a roof and like it was like lead lined inside.
That looks like it should have been the door or something.
Yeah, or the top. But I don't know whether his body's actually still in there, but reportedly, because the tomb was disturbed, that's one of the reasons why the ghost is supposed to run. So we've got a nice bit of footage of Thomas Nobes' tomb, and we spoke to a rather friendly receptionist. She didn't tell us too much that we didn't already know, but apparently the farmhouse that's on the site is supposedly haunted as well.
But maybe it's the wife that haunts the house, but we weren't allowed to film the house. So.
No, she said she'd never seen anything herself, but...
Then how would you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
how would you know if you've seen a ghost? What if there was just a woman in that house? So I think that sort of concludes our initial search of the location. Yeah, we'll be back down these lanes, which I'm sure will take on a whole different atmosphere at night, wouldn't you say?
Well, it'd be nice if it was maybe a bit like misty.
A bit misty.
Right now, bloody boiling.
Bloody boiling, hot. Want to get back. Want to stick my head under some cold water. So.
Nice.
Okay, so we're back again at night. I can't actually see you, and I don't want to blind you with the light, so I'm going to keep the camera on the road for now.
Can you see on the road?
Yeah, because of your light. What we didn't talk about in the previous videos, we listened back to the footage.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, we listened back to the footage from the walk around of the actual tomb, and there's this really odd noise in the background, isn't there?
Yeah, it was like, it almost sounded like breathing, but then also we were like, maybe it's the gunshots, but then we don't remember like gunshots, like,
no.
we distinctly remember like one gunshot going off before.
We heard one, but we did not hear the others. I mean... Okay, so this is us going on to Hook End Lane now. Which is the lane that's sort of closest to the shooting club.
I'm actually terrified.
It is actually quite...
What if I see it, like, what do we do if we actually see it?
I really don't know, I didn't think that far ahead, because usually you don't see it, you know what I mean? Yeah, anywhere apart from the front is pretty much pitch black, so it's best to kind of stay on the road. But I mean, no matter what your thoughts are, it is a heck of a spooky place.
I'm just expecting to go around the corner and like see it.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is the club. So, it looked a lot friendlier during the day. There it is.
Such a long road.
Isn't it? Incredible.
What is that?
Car adjusting. Pulled in.
It's a trailer.
Horse.
Yeah,
horse box. I was wondering why it sat there, but I didn't realise it's massive. Okay, so we've done one sort of full circuit of the lanes around this little village. Especially that really long spooky lane beside the shooting club. And we've decided to loop back around once more.
I'm terrified.
It's quite a spooky name, isn't it? Hook End.
What are you trying to do to me?
No, not trying to. Sorry, I'm just entertainment value.
It's actually quite a lovely walk this way when it's during the day.
Have you walked up here before?
Yeah, when it's been snowing. But like, who says that a ghost has to be here at night? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it might just be here during the day.
Just looks like
Flipping heck. I'm terrified.
Okay. So we pulled in.
Are you gonna get out?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and just have a little look. Okay. So I believe this pillar is because, yeah, public footpath there. It is absolutely pitch black. I mean, me saying it's absolutely pitch black in the dark is probably a bit pointless. I mean, even my torch is not getting anything. Completely silent. Field there, but again, can see very little of that, even with my light. Yeah, don't believe we're gonna see or hear anything else.
I think for some reason it's just like coming up when it comes up to where this place is.
Yeah.
That gives me the creeps.
Because of where we saw it earlier, and then.
But like when we go past it, I feel like a bit calmer.
And do you think that's psychological?
Oh, for sure, I think.
Uh-huh.
Here we go, coming up to it again.
So here we go, coming up to it one last time. Yeah. That is more than eerie.
You know what would be weird?
Yeah.
Is if we got here in that same car that was there again.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, something about being like, I don't know if you can see anything at the moment.
Yeah, but
like,
you can see the wood, like the big banks on each
oh,
side.
there's a car behind us. Oh my
that
god,
made me jump.
Freaked me out.
That really made me jump, actually. Let's see in the mirror there. Oh, it's gone in the corner.
Oh dear, don't like that. Did not like that.
Well, at least we're near the end now.
Well, I don't feel like it's after us, like it's revenge. I don't know, I just feel like it's after us.
Because we've seen the films.
Oh my god, it's actually gaining on us.
Well, we're at the end of that lane light.
Go away.
He is really up our ass, isn't it?
Oh, horse poo. Could be a sign.
Could be a sign. So we're going to try and find one more lane surrounding the shooting club to drive down, and then we can fully say that we've at least covered all bases. Oh my goodness.
This makes me feel really uneasy. Where do you reckon this leads to?
I'm hoping it leads out again. I remember seeing on the
I don't know where this would lead to.
So if it comes to a dead end, we just turn around and go straight back.
There was nowhere on the map that it said it went.
No.
Oh, how will I turn around?
Should I look on a map?
I don't know. What is that? Oh, I don't like that. What is that?
I don't know. I think that's going to conclude us for this evening's investigation. We're going to get out of the spookier areas and head back onto safer roads. So I'll leave the investigation off here. There were several anomalies which occurred during the investigation. However, all of them could be explained rationally. While reviewing the footage, I spotted a strange shape moving through the grassy verge just before we turned onto Hook End Lane. Now, it is undoubtedly odd, but upon analysing it closer, I think it's most likely just a reflection from the road sign glinting off the window. Right at the end of the investigation, we spotted some strange rags and towels laid out along the bank at the side of the lane. As we were approaching, I actually thought it was an animal lying on its side, perhaps even a horse. But it wasn't. And while strange, it's far from a supernatural occurrence. Perhaps the strangest thing we recorded was what sounds to me like a continuous deep breathing sound. Tash and I even showed the clip to a friend who said the sound resembled a horse snorting, and what's interesting is this is someone who's ridden horses all her life, so it's not like she was drawing that comparison out of thin air. And it's also something we hadn't really considered. Now, it's very important to acknowledge that the footage was recorded near a firing range, and it might be easy to dismiss the noises on that fact alone. But it is also important to note that neither of us heard anything at the time, and we know what the sound of gunfire is like to our own ears. It was loud when we actually did hear it. It is, however, not rational to rely on the memory of the human mind, and the more I listen to these sounds, the more they sound like distant gunshots. This has been a fascinating story to explore. The history of Nobes' tomb is compelling, as is the legend of his apparition. But sadly, for the time being, it remains just that, a legend. See you next time.